Graduating in electrical engineering from our own college, Sarbojit kick-started his career as associate manager at Jindal Stainless Steel, after which he pursued an MBA from National Institute of Industrial Engineering. In 2016, Sarbojit co-founded Trip Hippie, an online marketplace for tours, authentic experiences, and adventure sports. Currently, Bhaya is successfully flourishing his second brainchild, the Insta Hire, an online platform connecting recruiters to right talent and vice versa. With no further delay, please highlight in our audience today with your rich experience. Over to you, Bhaya.
Hey, thanks, Anupa. Hi, guys. How you doing? Am I audible, really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today I will help you out, guys, to understand how companies hire and how you can make your profiles better. How you can structure your job search also. Okay. So a brief about Instahyre, like we work with. So we are a SaaS-based product which is used by companies like Google, Amazon, Walmart, PayPal, Uber, Target, Swiggy, all the mobile phone apps which you use also. They use our product like Hotstar, Flipkart, Mintra, PhonePe, etc. So we work with all the major tech companies and also the largest of the IT firms, etc. Be it Oracle, be it Uber, others. So today I wanted to have a quick chat with you guys to help you out, and it will be an interactive session. So I will not be the only one speaking. So how many are you here from what is the composition of the audience, like are you from the first year, second year, third year, final year, like can I understand?
Next, sir.
Okay. So maybe the third year and final year guys and the first and second year guys uh, will not be applying for jobs as of now. I think they will be doing kind of say small internships, etc. Third year and final year guys will be more suitable for this. Okay. So when I say that how you want to apply to jobs and how you want to structure it, so let's first understand what companies are actually looking for. So it has been quite some time when you do the same thing, like put up your resume in different job boards and then sit down and think that companies will come and get you. It doesn't happen like that. So how you can do it better is basically um, start networking. Okay, start networking and start getting into community. So suppose we have people who might be very good in, say, development, okay, software development, uh, or design, or different type of engineering communities which we have, mechanical communities and chemical communities, etc. So get into these communities, talk to these people and build a network around you. Okay, and it's pretty simple to build that. After you have done that, there are second thing what you can do is use LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is not a tool where you just put up your resume or put up your photograph and then say student at this. No, it's a tool where you can express yourself. And next thing is basically it also helps you to get noticed, right? So all the top companies in the world, all the top guys in the world which you want to work with are there on LinkedIn. Okay, it's a social media platform. So there you can utilize it. You can utilize it. And then how will you get build a brand or network around LinkedIn is basically when you start sharing some content, okay, which are meaningful to you and to the others in the community. So that content you can build after you get started with the community and a networking thing. Okay. Now when you have built that, now let's come to your resume, how you should build it. So right now, during campusing and all, we do not generally take care of this, but when you go for lateral or you go for this kind of placement after you get the first job and then you want to shift to the second job, that's when the resume becomes the most important. Okay, how should we do it? The first thing is basically make a one pager resume. Never make it two page, never make it three page. You might have done everything in the world, but don't make it more than one page. Okay, make it one pager. Right now there is a trend of putting photographs. If you're putting photographs in your resume, make sure it's a professional one. Okay, professional one, which means like your only your like it's like a passport photograph, but maybe a little bit of side angles will do. Okay, so make it professional. Don't put photographs where you're dancing, where you're doing something else which is absolutely not required. Okay, and your face is not visible. Make sure it's a smiling photograph. See, people tend to see guys like there is a psychology within recruiters or companies that people want to have people who are very similar to their culture. We're very motivated guys. So and then there's energetic guys. So you should always do that. Like put some smiling pic, side pic, and you can see in Twitter or in LinkedIn. You can see most of the bios how the pictures are. You can make your picture like that. Very simple. Next is one pager, very important. Do not make it more than one page, and you should never make it more than one page. Make it more visual, so you can use a bunch of tools which are there in the market, or you have seen resumes being like made on various tools. So use these tools and make it more visual. See, I will tell you one thing. After the campusing is done, and then you're in the first job, maybe in a couple of years, you will leave your first job, or maybe depends on the first job. After you move on to one to two, that is the part where you have to do the job hunting. And here you have to understand how you have built network throughout, how your communities are, how your resume is looks like to the recruiter, because the recruiter will only see a resume for very short amount of time, and he or she should be stopped and shown what you are capable of. Okay, so wherever you're building a resume, I know many of the guys who will be doing some MBA, etc. So in MBA we have a course which is like it it teaches you 1 month. It takes like 1.5 months to make that resume. So be sure to give some time to that. Okay, and after you have finished the first segment, concentrate on the second segment, which is basically showing things with data. But here is a word of caution: do not show everything in your name. Don't tell that I have built a company from 1 to 500 people in 2 years. That is not possible. Okay, and you might have built a team of maybe 5 people, 10 people. So tell that I've built a 10 people team. You did not impact the profit of a very big multinational working for 1 year. And like people do this mistake, like I have changed profit by 10% working in a very large MNC for 1 year. Not possible. Okay, so you should do realistic and authentic figures only, else you will be like caught. That is not a very good thing to do. Okay, now coming back to the second part, where you have to show the extracurriculars. Most people don't have good extracurriculars. Most people do have very good extracurriculars. They don't know what to show. Show anything which you makes you stand apart as a leader. Hmm. Most of the companies, they look for people who have ownership, are leaders by birth, and can take ownership of a product, can lead teams if necessary. Okay, but has that leadership spirit in him or her. So that explains that companies do hire for owners, people who can take it one step at a time, and then you can build things on their own. So make sure to put in positions of responsibility quite carefully. Okay, and always you remember the simple rule is basically if you're elected position of responsibility, that should come in first. Okay, because elected positions of responsibility should be number one. Okay, now I come to the next part. It is pretty simple. Is like your degrees, which is right now you have only one, and then you have online certifications. Do include all your online certifications, starting off with the one which is relevant for the job. So in many cases, you will see there will people will make a bunch of resumes, like 2 3 resumes for different type of job roles that you can do. And in that you can add certifications which are very very relevant for that jobs. That is very important because companies want to see people who are learners by heart. So they want to hire people who can learn, who can do things on their own. Okay. So this was a brief about how resumes can be built and how do you structure your next job search. So any questions, guys? So I'm open to questions right now.
Yes, Dada. Can you please throw some light on ATS resume, the applicant tracking system? There's a scanner which scans the resume and orders them, gives ranking to the resumes automatically. Can you please throw some light on that?
ATS doesn't rank any resume, so algorithms do. But so ATS resume, so they will pick up some certain keywords which are there, and then when you pick up certain keywords, people tell you to put certain keywords into your resume, say business development and all that, so that they pick up things. Okay. So suppose any job which is created, they have certain keywords. So I want a designer. A designer should know, say, Figma, or say they should know, say, Adobe XD, or Photoshop. So these things are mentioned in the job, and if that things are mentioned in the resume of a candidate, that candidate gets selected only in the ATS. That I've already mentioned in the first paragraph, where you have to mention your skills, and you can make it visual. So in the left hand side, maybe you can add all your skills which you have, like say if you're designer, so as I told you, Figma, Adobe XD, Illustrator, all these things in design, all the things which you can add, and that will also help you to get over this ATS thing which you talked. So that's the answer, Anupa.
Hello, sir. Yeah, hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, Nasir, tell me.
Yes, sir. I have one doubt regarding there is a column in almost all resume that we need to mention our weaknesses and strengths. So I can mention my strengths, but in the weakness, what should I means really mention?
So see, first of all, never mention anything which is negative. Okay. So this is a trick question where like they want to see how you play it. So in you can remove, like, see, if companies are asking this, it's a company profile, then you can send the weaknesses and strengths. If you're making a resume and you don't have to put anything like that. Nobody puts weaknesses and strengths in resumes. If the company is asking or sent you a thing like a template where you have to mention, so always mention weaknesses as something which is not negative. So you don't say that I don't have like I have attention, i can I can be focused on one thing. Okay. You can tell that I am a multitasker. So in some cases there might be issues that uh, some of my work is not delivered on time, but that is also a bit of negative. So you can tell I'm a multitasker. I am so much in focused in my work, so I normally do not miss with deadlines, but I did miss a deadline, one or two. So these are positive aspects of it, but not pretty negative. Don't say that I'm lazy, I don't work. Okay. So that is not a weakness. That is the end of your job search right there. Okay. So mention anything which is positive. Okay. Tell them that you are so focused that that there might be some, they might miss some deadlines because you're so focused and you're so perfectionist that you can do the job so perfectly. Might be issues that you sometimes can be very very involved in the job, and then can some other works can be delayed. So this is how you can do that. Okay, Nasi, so did I answer your question?
Yes, got it, sir. Thank you very much. Got it.
So everything should be positive in nature, nothing negative. Do not put anything negative in your resume, so it will be rejected altogether. You can never put anything negative. Okay. Don't put anything negative, don't put anything personal. Not necessary. It's a professional thing. You should behave and you should put things which are very professional in nature. Okay. Yeah. Open to you guys. Like, see, you can ask me any type of questions you want, and I can answer you right away.
I have another question, sir. Like you said, means we should prepare a number of resume for different roles. So, does it really required, or it means this culture is really in fashion, or like means only some people do it?
So Nasir, what branch are you from?
I am from civil engineering, sir.
And suppose you go for an MBA or you don't go for an MBA. In MBA is mandatory, like IIMs and so NITI, MDI, all these colleges, they will tell you to build one finance resume, one sales resume, one operations resume. So it depends where you want to go, because you are like you are interviewing with say 15 20 companies a day, and there are different companies who want different aspects of it, and you can fit in all. So if you suppose fit in finance, you want to do finance, and then you want to do sales also, so you have to make two resumes for that. So MBA grad schools mostly do that. So they will tell you to make two or three resumes. That is also one practice.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a like a very discussive thing. Like it's not a. I will answer all your questions so that you have everything in one place. If I keep telling you how to do that and how to do that, it will you can't make it, because if you're making it and then you have a question or how to approach, also I'm there on LinkedIn, you can just message me on LinkedIn, I'll be helping you out. And then I will be you can follow certain things also in my profile, you will see. And then I can suggest you some profiles also where you can follow how to do your job search. So it's very easy. Right now you're in the final year, third first year, second year, third year, final year, and that is the start of your professional career. Some people will work for companies, some people will work for startups, some people will work from themselves. Okay, so they will be entrepreneurs who will be coming out. And there are different aspects how you approach this job market. So when you approach this job market, you should always remember that it's not that there is no jobs. There are very very high amount of jobs available in the market. They just can't find you. And if you stand apart and people do find you, when people do find you, then you can like is because of your own effort. Okay. So right now your main thing is build your network, build your brand. Okay, I'm not telling you to become influencer. Yes, you can become influencer, but not necessarily. But always try to make your brand. Okay, and always have certain very very good talking points about yourself. Okay, so companies generally do love people who are self driven. Okay, how do you want to prove that is self driven? You should come up with certain problems which you have solved in real life. If you don't have that, you can like see around what problems can you solve, and you can make a very structured answers. So remember, structured answers is best, because आप वहां पे बनाने जाओगे impromptu, there will be gaps. Okay, so do not make answers on the go. आप बना के जाओ questions का answers. ठीक है, and you make them properly. Okay, and you make it watertight. You sit with your friend, good friend, whatever, girlfriend, आप उनके साथ practice करो. ठीक है, interviews, it is very important. ठीक है, how you practice interviews. Next thing is practicing also. If you have written anything on your resume, make sure you know it by like end to end. आपने कुछ लिख दिया वहां पे कि हाँ मैंने ये डिप्लॉय किया था ये सॉफ्टवेयर, और वो पता नहीं है बीच में सॉफ्टवेयर में क्या हुआ क्या नहीं है, एंड कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजी में बनाया क्या बनाया, पूरा एंड टू एंड. ठीक है, तो आपको पूछेगा एंड यू कांट आंसर, दैट इज द रेड फ्लैग. Then you're gone, you are not selected at all, and it's red flag. You are like, if you have given a very good interview till then, after that there is no chance, you will not get selected. तो ये आप जरूर ध्यान रखना कि if you have done some projects, done something, some design, whatever, or you have mentioned something, make sure you know that everything on that. ठीक है, क्या प्रॉब्लम हुआ था and all that. So they will ask you question, what are the problem did you face? And then if you make it up and then they find it out that you are making it up on that call itself, or on that interview itself, that will be very bad for. So that is how. Okay, and right now most of the things which, like, you will see a lot of craze around software companies hiring, and then the salary will be exorbitantly high, and you always want to go to software. That is not the case. You might also want to go into some other fields, so that is true. You don't have to learn software कि ये कर रहा है तो मैं भी करूंगा. It's not like that. See, thing is, like, there are different fields out there, and right now it's, you're clouded by things like Amazon is offering इतना, Swiggy is offering इतना, so I will go to software. ठीक है, आपको पसंद नहीं भी आ सकता है. Okay, and that is a reality. Many people do shift from computer science to marketing or sales or whatever they want to do, and you do not force anything because of the money. Because money, देखो आपको, अभी आप पास आउट होंगे, ठीक है, एंड यू विल बी लाइक 22 21 years old. ठीक है, अभी आपको काफी दिन तक ये करना है. ठीक है, यू आर जस्ट स्टार्टिंग इट आउट. You might be also changing fields in the after you joined your first job. So there are many of my friends who are from NIT who passed out, even me. So I am an electrical engineer. Okay, I went into the Jindal. I worked in a steel plant. Okay, after that I'm right now a software entrepreneur. So it's completely different what I was doing and what I'm doing right now. So ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब मैं, अरे यार इसमें घुस गया फिर बाहर नहीं निकल सकता. यू कैन डू दैट, नो इश्यूज विद दैट. ठीक है, एंड MBA मैंने किया है, मगर इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी फॉर टू चेंज योर लाइन. You can do it yourself. Right now there are a lot of things on the internet which you can learn things. And लोग अभी तो मतलब, if you see core branches वाले भी, उसको भी सब कुछ आता है, पाइथन आता है, ये आता है, वो आता है. They are moving into software also. So that is how you can do it. So there is nothing which is stopping you except you. Okay, so that is one thing which you should remember. कि हाँ, मैं, ये होता है फ्रस्ट्रेशन कि हाँ यार मैं तो इसमें चला गया और फिर बाहर नहीं आ सकता, and my friends will always get 10 times more salary than me and I cannot do that. ये नहीं है. Secondly is basically you can change your field, you can structure it and you can change your field. ऐसे होता है, ऐसे हुआ भी है. I can give you bunch of examples. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I will give you senior, आपके seniors के example हैं, बहुत सारे changes हुआ है. ठीक है, like some guy who passed out and joined Uber and then left and then build a company which is a entirely different company. Okay, ऐसा है. ठीक है, तो there are a lot of people who will do that. So there is nothing like आपको यही पे stick करना है, आपको पसंद नहीं आ रहा तभी भी करना है क्योंकि आपका बीटेक डिग्री इसमें है. Doesn't matter. ठीक है, एक thing matter is skills matter. आपका अगर skill है, आप you're a civil engineer, you're a biotech engineer, but you're a very good developer, then companies will obviously take you here, not for the civil and biotech, but for your skills in computer science, and then like computer science and coding. Then you can shift. If you are a very good designer, say UI UX designer, but you think that हाँ यार मैंने तो कुछ और किया है इंजीनियरिंग में, मैं यहाँ पे कैसे जाऊंगा, लोग क्या सोचेंगे, ऐसे नहीं सोचना है. ठीक है, मतलब आपका जो स्किल है वो आपका ही है, मतलब लोग क्या सोचेंगे इसलिए आपने पूरा इसको, जस्ट डोंट थ्रो इट अवे. ठीक है, you follow your passion, you improve your skills on that part where you have passion, and then you see the magic happening. अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है, बहुत जॉब है मार्केट में. ठीक है, ऐसे जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है ये तो फालतू बात है. आई विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ जॉब्स, बट आपको स्किल वो मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा. पेडिग्री आल्सो डजंट मैटर अभी. ठीक है, आपने देखा होगा पेडिग्री मैटर नहीं करता है. पहले अभी मैटर करता था कि हाँ मैं NIT का हूँ, मैं IIT का हूँ, वो सब. अभी आप यू कैन कम्पीट विद स्टैनफोर्ड ऑल्सो. अगर आपका स्किल बेटर है उससे, तो आप स्टैनफोर्ड को भी कम्पीट कर सकते हो, अब MIT को भी कम्पीट कर सकते हो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है, एंड इवन ऑन द कॉन्ट्रेरी आप देखोगे कि एक क्लास 12 का लड़का जो क्लास 12 पास आउट भी नहीं है, खुद सीख के भी आपके साथ कम्पीट कर रहा है, वो भी हो सकता है. दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर. सो पेडिग्री डजंट मैटर, स्किल्स डू मैटर. ठीक है, तो स्किल डेवलपमेंट में आप थोड़ा एफर्ट मारिए. ओके, एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस गाइस?
Yes, Dada.
या चंद्रिमा यू saying?
Sir, can you reflect us how should be the work work culture attitude in the office? मतलब, how should we like form connections or like conduct ourselves?
अरे वर्क कल्चर एटीट्यूड वो सब मत सोचो। वर्क कल्चर एटीट्यूड क्या है? कल्चर जो है, आप देखो, आप यू आर देयर वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी एंड यू विल, so suppose you will work for the rest of 40 years, either you will work for yourself or for the company or for anyone else, ठीक है? तो आपको पॉजिटिव और पॉजिटिव आउटलुक रखना पड़ेगा। इफ यू कीप योर पॉजिटिव आउटलुक इंटैक्ट, यू आर मोटिवेटेड, लर्निंग में आप विश्वास करते हो, यू आर मोटिवेटेड एंड यू आर हैप्पी, ठीक है? एंड देन यू विल मेक अ लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स, लॉट ऑफ कलीग्स, एंड देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द वर्क कल्चर। टॉक्सिक वर्क कल्चर है तो यू शुड लीव इमीडिएटली, ठीक है? बट if you don't have to adapt to any work culture, you have to be yourself, ठीक है? And that is how you can do that, right? So ऐसे कोई वर्क कल्चर के साथ मैं अडॉप्ट करूंगा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। बी योरसेल्फ, बी मोटिवेटेड, ठीक है? And always think that there is always a lot of chances, and if you make some mistakes, there will chances you can improve on it and fix it, okay? ठीक है चंद्रिमा? Yeah.
Sir, we have a question from one of our participants. They want to know how to ask for referrals.
How to ask? So पहले तो आप एक काम करो, जैसे सपोज कंपनीज को देखो, एंड जैसे मैंने बोला था, मेक योर लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल प्रॉपरली, ऐड ऑल योर रिलेटेड दुर्गापुर पीपल फर्स्ट, ठीक है? जो भी आप लोग भी कर सकते हो, आप यू कैन मेक अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल हु आर पास आउट बाय 90। हर साल तो 400-500 लोग पास आउट होते हैं, तो यू कैन मेक देम, एंड दे आर वर्किंग वेरी गुड कंपनीज। तो आप देखो कितना सालों से ये लोग अच्छे कंपनीज में काम करते हैं। When you do that, you start connecting with them, you connect with them on alumni meets and all these things, and then you start engaging with them on a personal level, some on a professional level। जैसे करके जब engage करोगे, उसके बाद ही they will refer you। See, always remember, you have to make some kind of connection, okay? Not like कि आपने देखा और बोला कि हाँ मेरे को रेफर कर दे, कोई नहीं करेगा, ठीक है? You have to talk, and then you have to make some connection, and after that you can get referral। So you can do that, that is not a problem। You have time, you start adding people। and आपने देखा होगा, जैसे मेरे काफी दोस्त हैं आईआईटी दिल्ली से, आईआईटी बॉम्बे से, दे हैव अ वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग अलमनी नेटवर्क, एंड वो अलमनी ही उसको जॉब दिलवा देता है, आपको कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता है। रेफरल भी अलमनी करवा देता है, इफ यू आर वर्किंग, लाइक इफ यू आर पुटिंग अप अ स्टार्टअप टुगेदर, फंडिंग भी वही अलमनी जुगाड़ करके दे देता है, एंड देन लॉट ऑफ हेल्प फ्रॉम द अलमनी। सो आई have a bunch of people who I help from NIT Durgapur also। So right there you have to build your own network। तो मैंने जैसे फर्स्ट टाइम बोला कि नेटवर्क बिल्ड करो, एंड देन क्वालिटी कन्वर्सेशन करो, आफ्टर दैट यू आस्क फॉर अ रेफरल, दैट विल बी वेरी गुड, ठीक है? ओके guys, any more questions?
Yes, sir, we have one more. How feasible it is to change from a service-based company to a product-based company? How should that resume look like?
So it's very feasible to change from service based to product based, and people are doing that। हाँ, and what is resume, like resume इतने ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं होगा, बस you have to say that, see, product based company में क्या होता है ना, आप कोई मतलब, what is a service based company? You are working for a company who is building software for the other company or bunch of companies, and service based companies में you are working on simple one module। बट यहाँ पे आप जब सीख जाओगे चीजों को, then you can say कि हाँ, I have built this product for a separate company obviously, but I can build this kind of products। तो उसको थोड़ा फोकस करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? And about that product, and you should know in depth about that product, about the technology, about how you build that, ठीक है? And then you can move to a product based company, given that you have very good knowledge on the technology, ठीक है? You should not have bits and pieces, you should have thorough knowledge। जैसे आप सपोज कोई टीसीएस में काम करते हो, और टीसीएस से आप जाना चाहते हो कोई उबर में, how will you go from TCS to Uber or TCS to any other product company? से उबर तो टॉप टियर हो गया, अब टॉप टियर 2 में देखेंगे, तो टियर 2 में बहुत लोग जंप मारते हैं टीसीएस और इन्फोसिस। कैसे जाते हैं? They tell that I can do these things, and they learn also। There are different things, like different courses they do, and they learn about these things। सपोज आपको सी आता है, सी प्लस प्लस आता है, जो भी आता है, पाइथन आता है, तो आप सीखो उसको अच्छे से। सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी में इतना आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि यू विल बी ओनली वर्किंग ऑन सर्टेन मॉड्यूल्स, बट यू नो एवरी एंटायरली ऑन ऑल द मॉड्यूल्स, have to learn yourself, and then you can apply to the product based companies. Then you can make a resume similarly कि हाँ मेरे को आता है Python और मेरे को लो आप, ठीक है, and then there will be, you take a lot of like courses and all that, and you can prepare yourself. Okay, this is how you do it.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I have one question regarding the functioning of your company, like how Instahyre functions and how it helps other companies to uh, do boost up in their marketing or other things. If you can say, please.
Yeah, so we have so Instahire, we use artificial intelligence, machine learning, to find out what the candidate, or suppose you have made your resume of Instahire, which you can do right away, and you will start getting a lot of jobs. Uh, Wherever you apply to a job or whenever you upload your resume, we have an algorithm which reads through your profile, and then you find, like, we make a personality of a candidate, and then we start suggesting this to companies which are also registered. So we work with companies like Google, PayPal, Uber, Amazon, Walmart, all the companies which you know of in technology, product tech. We have everyone. Okay, so there, these companies see these profiles and they start connecting with them. So this is how they do it, and then the conversion rate is very very high because we use a lot of technology. Not like, it's not like a Naukri kind of thing which does only Boolean search and mass emailing. Nothing like that. We have a like technology which backs us. So that is how we generate more conversions, and more people get better jobs on our portal.
Means first of all, we need to make a profile on
Yeah, it's
Instahyre.
very simple. Upload your resume. It's very
Yeah.
similar like any other job board. You can just go and start uploading your resume and stuff like that, and then you can start seeing the jobs coming in.
Okay, that's great, sir. Thank you. Great.
Thank you, Nasir. ठीक है. ठीक है. Okay, guys. I think that was it, and we have a lot of questions. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Anupa.
Bhaiya, I am Chanukya from Department of Computer Science and Engineering. If I want to
Bolo.
do internship from my second year, then what minimum knowledge that I should have?
From where?
I
You're
am
a
from
computer science
Department of
grad, and then
Computer
you want to do internship in which, from which company?
from my second year. From my second year,
Ah, my second year.
am
Acha.
then
हाँ.
what minimum knowledge that I should have?
मिनिमम नॉलेज देखो यार, तुमको इंटर्नशिप्स में आपको कौन सा इंटर्नशिप करना है. जैसे सॉफ्टवेयर में आपको कोई प्रोडक्ट कंपनी में इंटर्नशिप करना है, तो यू शुड नो एटलीस्ट basics of computing, basics of computer science, and maybe a little bit of algorithms, TS algo, and then you should also know a little bit of the language. So if they are developing on Python, if they're developing C, तो थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया होने से अच्छा होता है, ठीक है, so that you can start work faster, because internship is a very limited thing, right? 2 महीना, 3 महीना, 4 महीना, 6 महीना का होता है. But if you have a very good knowledge of stuff, like basic knowledge बहुत अच्छा है, तो if you don't know anything also, Python आपको नहीं पता language, so that is also okay. People take it, we take it. So that is how it operates. ठीक है, चाणक्य.
Hello, sir. I have
Thank you.
another question. Yeah, yes, sir.
हाँ बोलो.
I have another question. Like, means, since you said that you were earlier working at some steel plant, and later you shifted to software entrepreneurship. So, how this shift actually happened, and how you actually build your team? Now you are running Instahyre. So, how this building took place?
हाँ तो I did my MBA, and then after that I made my own company, and then this is a second company. So when we started out, we were 4 people. Right now we are 70 people team. So it's a long journey for last 4 years. We work with like 10,000 plus companies. Starting में तो हम लोग 2-3 कंपनी के साथ ही काम करते थे, and then right now we are very big in the segment. तो ये देखो, ये सीखने का बात होता है, मतलब धीरे धीरे आप भी सीख जाओगे, ऐसा कुछ रॉकेट साइंस तो है नहीं इसमें. देन यू हैव टू मेक अ पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट. यू नीड टू कनेक्ट विद पीपल. जैसे किसी ने बोला कल्चर, वर्क कल्चर, कंपनी कल्चर डिसाइडेड बाय द फाउंडर्स और द टीम मेंबर्स व्हिच आर कोर टीम मेंबर्स. तो उसी के साथ करना है. एंड देन you have to be very positive in outlook. You cannot be negative, because वो problem होता है. And also if you want to really do something great in life, you should start reading some good books. वेरी स्मॉल बुक, एक छोटा सा बुक है, मैं सजेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ आप लोगों को, इफ हाउ टू विन फ्रेंड्स एंड इन्फ्लुएंस पीपल, वेरी गुड बुक, पतला सा बुक है, आपको लाइब्रेरी में मिल जाएगा। इफ यू डोंट विजिट अ लाइब्रेरी, विच मोस्ट ऑफ यू वोंट, देन आप किंडल वर्जन और ये सब ले सकते हो। नॉर्मल ऐसे बुक भी बहुत कम कॉस्ट में मिल जाता है। दैट बुक आई विल सजेस्ट टू रीड, इट विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट इन योर लाइफ, एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक आपने एक बार पढ़ लिया हो गया, इट यू कैन कंटिन्यूअसली रीड थ्रू डिफरेंट स्टेजेस की। अभी आपका 20 ईयर्स है, अभी आप जब 25 होंगे तभी आप रीड करोगे तो डिफरेंट मीनिंग निकलेगा उसका, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड बुक। तो आप ये सजेस्ट करता हूँ मैं, ये बुक पढ़ो। एंड इफ यू आर चेंजिंग योर पाथ राइट नाउ, कि आप सिविल में हो और आपको जाना है कहीं और, तो बहुत अच्छे से वो चीज खुद सीखो। राइट नाउ हैव लॉट ऑफ टाइम, ठीक है, इंजीनियरिंग में बहुत टाइम मिलता है, तो ये आप टाइम यूज करो। जॉब में घुस जाओगे ना, पैसा तो मिलेगा बट टाइम कम हो जाएगा, ठीक है। यहाँ पे पैसा नहीं मिल रहा अभी कुछ, मगर टाइम है आपके पास, तो वो यूटिलाइज कर लो। जॉब में भी आप जब जाओगे तभी आपको टाइम मिलेगा, ऐसे नहीं है कि जॉब में टाइम नहीं मिलता है, सब कुछ के लिए टाइम मिलता है, आपको सिर्फ निकालना पड़ता है। ओके, सो ये आप जरूर करना। और कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग, ये है अल्टीमेट चीज। आप देखोगे, आप बोलोगे कि आईआईटी के बच्चे इतना अच्छे होते हैं, ये होते हैं, वो कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग करते हैं, प्लस इसका नेटवर्किंग बहुत अच्छा होता है, नेटवर्किंग भी अच्छा करना है, ठीक है। अभी बहुत सारे लोग हैं, जैसे आपको पता नहीं होगा, आपका सीनियर्स काफी लोग हैं जो मल्टी मिलियनर्स है या फिर बहुत बड़े बड़े कंपनी चलाते हैं, तो इन लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट करो, सीखो कैसे चलाते हैं, इंटर्नशिप्स करो। ये सब करने के बाद ही आपको पता चलेगा कि हाँ, कैसे बिजनेस रन होता है, कैसे जॉब्स रन होता है, कैसे आपको आउटलुक होना चाहिए ड्यूरिंग योर जॉब और बिजनेस और वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू इन योर लेटर लाइफ, ठीक है। ये करो, एंड यू ऑलरेडी हैव अ प्लेटफॉर्म। एनआईटी दुर्गापुर में सब जो बाकी लोग निकलते हैं वो काफी अच्छे जगह पे पहुंच गए, तो यू हैव अ वेरी गुड कनेक्शन। और एनआईटी वाले को दुर्गापुर वाले को ऑलवेज दे एंटरटेन, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट। जूनियर्स हैं, जैसे मेरे को भी बोला गया तो आई केम अप, राइट। सो आई हैव बंच ऑफ मीटिंग्स लाइंड अप राइट नाउ, बट yeah, I'm spending time with you guys. That is how people will come, that is how you should approach people, okay। so this is how you can make yourself known, and then आप थोड़ा थोड़ा करके इकोसिस्टम में जब घुस जाओगे, and then you will find a lot of opportunities, है ना। तो ये पॉजिटिव आउटलुक होना चाहिए आपको, ओके।
Sir,
Yes,
can
I
you
hope,
it's
please
very
tell
interesting.
the
Thank you.
book name again?
या
Sir, can you please tell the book name again?
सर्वजित,
Book
how to
name.
how to influence
how
people and win
ओ बुक
friends.
नेम,
how to win friends and influence people.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, मैं इससे
हाँ,
आपको
thank
बोला
you.
था।
I hope
ओके,
questions of all our participants are answered. SAI Cell is grateful to you, sir. I'm sure with your guidance,
थैंक यू
we
सो
will ace in our next interviews. Lastly, I would like to thank
मच।
you on behalf of SAI Cell for accepting our invitation. And please accept this token of gratitude
थैंक यू सो
from
मच।
the end of Student Alumni Interaction Cell. Thank you for giving us your time and sharing your knowledge and experience with us. Saisal wishes you
थैंक
the
यू,
best in your future endeavors. I
थैंक यू
thank
सो
all
मच।
the audience for their presence and for making this session a success. The online student alumni meet has reached its end now. You may all exit the meet now. Have a good weekend.
ठीक है, थैंक यू
Thank
गाइस,
you,
थैंक यू,
sir.
टेक केयर, बाय बाय।
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir, for
sir.
the presence.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.